name is Litam Fiki and welcome to my channel. Firstly, I would like to say thank you so much to every single one of you who has subscribed to this channel over these couple of months. As you can see, I haven't posted in a while, and that's because I am a full-time master student, and that takes a lot of time out of my day. As well as these videos are not just videos that I can quickly create and post, they actually do take time to research and to create context for. So I want to give you my all, but also want to give my studies my all. So I'm trying to balance that out at the moment. So I may not be able to promise to post every week, but I promise that I will always try to give you the best that I can. And I hope that can be good enough for you at this point. So today is officially the first video of my exam prep series. I am so excited about this because I actually worked really hard on this. I've created tables, diagrams, and study notes as well as some example questions for you guys for your whole life sciences program. Now, I know this is mostly aimed at grade 12s, but videos like this I'm going to do today are actually aimed for all types of students. Just kind of tips and tricks to help you study and also learn how to read and write your questions in a exam setting. So down below will be just a timetable or timesheet of how I'm planning to run these next 5 weeks. I'm trying to set it up so by the time this program ends will be 1 week before your life sciences test, so that you can use that week if you need more revision work to come to these videos and hopefully get some help in them, as well as like hopefully go through the exam questions or the example questions within the setting. So this video is going to be focusing on the 5 common mistakes that I see a lot of students do when they are writing questions. I have some qualifications in this because firstly I'm a long time student. I've been doing this for many years, but I also am something called a demonstrator at university, meaning that I facilitate a lot of pracs and I mark a lot of question papers. So I've actually seen some students' question papers and marked them and seen them common mistakes that they do. So I want to give you this heads up so when you go into an exam session or period, you don't make these mistakes. So mistake number 1 that I see a lot of students do is that they answer what questions as why questions. I feel this is a common mistake, especially in life sciences or biology, because the nature or the way that we study our study materials, that we always study it in a Y format. Meaning that a lot of the things that we study are things that are based on reactions or processes or pathways or mechanisms. So we're always studying how things happen, why things happen, and like how different pathways or different reagents or different receptors or different whatevers create a response to something. So in that kind of mind frame, when you're going to a test, whatever question you are asked, you're always kind of thinking in that setting of why is this happening? And although this will be probably about 80% of your questions, the what questions usually catch our students because they still answer it in a why format. An example would be, what would cause an increase in heart rate? One would think, okay, an increase in heart rate, okay, I must think about the sympathetic pathways and that gets stimulated and that results in an increase in blood pressure and that results in an increase in heart rate. But although that's a correct assumption to have, the question is asking you what is causing the heart rate to increase. So it's asking you what could be a situation or an example where a heart rate would increase. So this could be, oh, a person is stressed or anxious about something, a person is exercising, a person is in a dangerous situation. That could be the reason why a heart rate is increasing. So just be careful about that and just make sure that you're answering the question that's being asked to you. And don't assume what the question is asking you. Answer the question that's been asked to you. The second common mistake I see a lot of students make is what I call the Afrikaans method. And I think if you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. The Afrikaans method for me is, look, I'll be honest with you. I also like the Afrikaans method, okay? Especially when I don't know nothing. I just be like, I see a common word, I write everything I know about that common word, and I'm hoping that the answer is there. While this could be a good technique for Afrikaans, in life sciences, it doesn't really help you, because you have to think that when you're getting tested or examined, you're not only getting tested and examined on what you know, but also getting tested and examined on how can you apply the information that you know. So if we can see as a marker that you can't really apply information where it's needed, it kind of does affect how your things get marked. You may not necessarily answer the question correctly, but if you're answering the question accurately in the sense of there's a method to your thinking, there's a method to your understanding, it might give an examiner some more grace to you when they're marking your exam. But just like whenever you feel the urge to do the Afrikaans method, maybe don't. If you're gonna try to do the Afrikaans method, try to do the most cleanest Afrikaans method you can. Like, try to concise your information as short as you can, as condensed as you can, as accurate as you can, to give you a more chance of getting more grace if you really just don't know the answer for that question. A mistake number three that I see a lot of students make, and I think is also connected to the Afrikaans method kind of thing, is over or underwriting for the allocated marks for that question. Okay, I do this a lot. Again, I like when the Afrikaans method happens is usually for like a 2 mark question thing, when it's like girl or boy or whatever you identify with. If I'm asking you for 2 marks, give me 2 points, give me 2 lines, give me 2 words, give me like two significantly different things, and that's the answer. I know when you're doing these Afrikaans method things or whatever, you're just kind of like, I don't know what you're asking, so I'm just gonna give you everything that I know. But again, when it comes to things like examiners giving students grace, we give you more grace if you are kind of being more logical in your thinking. So even if it's like a 2 mark question, you're not sure out of the two um points that you have in your mind, or the many points you have in your mind, which one is the two that's needed for the answer, I would suggest just maybe, if you want to, kind of write out everything that you know and then come back to that question, and then just like start like maybe scratching out bit by bit. Because sometimes what makes you write a lot is panic, and also sometimes you don't know, but sometimes, or most of the times, it's just like you're panicking and you're not sure. As soon as you like near the end of your exam and you've gone through everything and you're more relaxed, just come back to that question, kind of reread it, and then like see how much marks it is, and then look at what you've written and be like, is this worth 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, whatever points. Same as like underwriting, when it comes to things like essay type questions, make sure if it's 20 marks, at least have about 20 or even like maybe 15, but sometimes they look at diagrams and stuff like that. So just like make sure that your question is appropriate to the marks associated to that question. Mistake number four, or thing number four that I see that a lot of students do, is that you repeat the same answer twice. This happens a lot when, again, the marks are really low, but you can't think of a second point to a question, or you can't think for more than 1 point to a question. You tend to repeat the same points over and over again. You just rewrite it. And so sometimes I can see when a student, it's their thinking process of like rewriting the question, and then eventually they might actually get to the second point. But for some students, this is like a method that they do. It's just like they're hoping that you may not see that you're just repeating yourself again. But we do see that you're repeating yourself again, and it doesn't help your case. Sometimes I think also students don't even realize what they're doing. I think they genuinely think that they are giving me two distinct different points, but they're not. So like really read over, especially with when it's very little mark questions, like 2 3 mark questions, read over what you're saying, and read over if you're just not repeating yourself again and again and again. Make sure that you're actually giving an examiner two distinct different points in the test. And mistake number five, or something that I noticed number five that students do in tests or exams, is that you're assuming that the marker assigned to your paper knows the topic of what you're writing. This is more for opinion-based questions. It's a I understand that when your opinion's being asked, you just assume that the person asking you knows why they asked you for your opinion in this type of question. But when it's an opinion-based question, a good thing for you to do is that before you answer with your own opinion, or your own kind of educated opinion, you give a quick summary of case or the environment or the question that's been asked to you. Important for case study based questions, just to make sure that the examiner can follow your train of thought when you are giving them your opinion when it comes to something. If they ask you for heart again, you quickly give a quick example about how heart rate increases pathways, like pathway links, like so the sympathetic pathway and heart rate increase or whatever, and then you give your own opinion about why you think this and that. I think opinion questions can catch a lot of students out, because again, you're assuming that they're just asking for your opinion. And while yes, it is asking for your opinion, it's asking you for your educated opinion. So you have to give me or the examiner or the marker an understanding of you understanding what the question is asking you by just giving a quick, like, 2 3 lines of what's going on, and then you tell me why you think these things are going on. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I hope that I was clear in my explaining. I hope that you understood what I was trying to say. I am excited about this exam prep series. It's a lot of work. I'm still kind of finishing up paper 2. I've done things for paper 1 already, but I just want to give you the whole scope of things, so hopefully that your exam season can be a season for you to just be as competent in it as you need to be. So leave in the comments down below any kind of studying things that you may feel like catches you when you're studying life sciences, or any kind of questions you want to ask me about it. I'm always an open book. I'm always available. Well, I'm limitedly available. I'll always try to respond as fast as I can. My Instagram at the moment is on private, but if you want to contact me, I have an open forum on my community tab on my YouTube. So if you leave a comment there, I may be able to respond to you, but as well as you can leave a comment on a video or any other video that you've interacted with me, and I respond as fast as I can. Sometimes I don't see your stuff until like later on, and then I only reply later on. So just let me know if any more questions. And yeah, I hope this exam series is fruitful for all of you. I hope that you guys have or had, I'm posting this on Sunday, so had a really amazing holiday, and I hope that I get to see you soon, or probably on Monday. But yeah, bye guys.